Hello, welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's Nelijah. Your girl is back and we're sitting here doing a updated Q&A / get ready with me as to why I did not enjoy my Ualbany undergrad experience to the fullest. It's been a long time, you guys. So many things have changed. I'm currently sitting here, most importantly, as a child of God, a Ualbany alumni, and a current grad student for Ualbany. So lucky for you, you just met your sister in Christ, and I hope you enjoy this video. Your girl was so excited to come to Ualbany, like, oh my gosh. I transferred to Ualbany in fall 2022 as a junior, and I graduated with my bachelor's in social work in May 2024. So I just graduated and I started my master's in social work program literally 2 weeks after graduating. And y'all probably thinking like, if it was so bad, why did you decide to stay for grad school? Honestly, I got a great opportunity to do my master's in 1 year, but the only catch with that, school started literally a week after graduating. Like, you know what? 1 year won't hurt. One more year won't hurt. And honestly, a lot has transpired from the day I walked into Ualbany to the time I graduated and left. The cool thing about this video is I recorded a Q&A about my Ualbany experience 2 to 3 months after transferring. And y'all, that video is so funny. It's not even active for y'all to see, but I'm gonna add in snippets so I can clarify how I was feeling in that moment, and older me has a lot more to say. If y'all don't know, I just transferred to UA and I hate it. I transferred into Albany, like I said, and I decided to live off campus. At the time, it was a cheaper option for me. I really wanted to have my own apartment, but the funds honestly wasn't added up. So your girl ended up finding an apartment that was listed on Ualbany's like Facebook pages. On Facebook, there is quite a few Facebook groups that is tailored to students that want to find housing outside of the campus itself. So I found my roommates on that Facebook group, and I found a landlord, and I found an apartment. College Town is literally like a little area in Albany where a lot of Albany students usually live. Rent is pretty affordable there. A lot of students are there. Frat houses are not too far from there. Convenience stores. It's good for what it is. Let me just say that. I'm gonna give y'all the good stuff and then I'm gonna feed in the bad stuff, okay? So everything was great. My dad dropped me off, my grandmother came, they moved me in. I started working at Target. I think I was working part-time, but after a while we started picking up hours because college is expensive. Like, yes, tuition is expensive, but like living on your own is also very expensive too. And like, I don't think anybody really prepped me for that. So it's like, okay, you gotta buy your own toiletries, then you gotta buy your own cooking utensils, and you gotta buy your pots and your, you know, your seasonings. Like, it's just a lot of things you don't really think about when you're living at home with your parents. I had to learn that the hard way because I would just use my roommate's stuff. And everything was good until, you know, we started having issues. The biggest issue with my roommates was the cleanliness. Now, I had to really realize that like everybody was not raised the same. Like, my mom had me doing dishes at 10, 11. Like, we had chores, we had something to do every day. And it's like, I didn't realize that people's parents didn't do the same thing. But I got a taste of that when I went to college. Like, I was like, oh wow, people weren't really taught, not everybody was taught to clean. So that was my biggest problem with my roommates. And I never really lived with anybody else other than family, so it was challenging to have conversations about cleaning this, picking up that, and we're all grown essentially, and everybody is like living on their own essentially, so nobody really wants to be told what to do. But it's very important to have some type of healthy communication with your roommates because y'all live with one another. The cleaning situation is what brought so much drama at my apartment to the point where I didn't even stay there for my full lease. Like, I had moved in July and I left before winter break. So before, like right after Thanksgiving, I was out of there. Like it was just too much drama. We weren't getting along. Living with someone that you don't get along with is honestly like not good at all. Like after that, I ended up moving on campus my spring semester, and it was the best. Like aside from the roommate situation, y'all, working to like pay rent and then working to like have extra spending money and to be able to do things and go out and get new things and purchase new things for yourself. Honestly, I didn't realize how much working would have a toll on me. Moving into the dorms spring semester was a bit like I don't want to be on the dorms, like I'm gonna be with underclassmen, but it was so great for my mental health because I didn't really have to work as much, you know. Now I'm just working to like save and also have spending money, so I enjoyed that too. Like I enjoyed being on campus as well. Now I lived on Dutch, which honestly wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. I knew my roommate for, you know, it wasn't like I was blindly going into a roommate situation, so that was great. You know, I blindly went into my roommate situation at my apartment when I first transferred, but my roommate and I kind of knew each other, so it made that transition a lot easier. Sometimes people can get catty and people can get petty when you're no longer cordial, and if you are sharing things, as petty as this sounds, girls can get petty and take those things. There was times where your girl didn't have toilet tissue to wipe. Lord Jesus. There was times where your girl didn't have toilet tissue to wipe. Because what were we doing? We were, oh, this time I'll buy it. This time I'll buy it. That's great. But essentially, you gotta kind of treat your roommates as business partners from the jump. Now, it's great if y'all become friends. I get that. But from my own experience, girls could get petty. Girls could be weird sometimes, unfortunately. Girls could be grimy. And we don't live in a world where people are not grimy, unfortunately. My makeup might seem very, very light. Just know I'm not walking out the house with my makeup looking crazy. It might look like that on here because we're still working with the lighting and the camera and all this video. At the end of this video, we will look together. All right. Now that we're done talking about the roommates thing, feel free to ask me any questions about the transition. Ask me any questions about how the roommates go, how the dorms go. I will be able to talk a little bit more about that if y'all want to hear, but I'm strictly talking about my experience and what I did not like. All right, so boom. As y'all know, once I started living on campus, I was ready to take it all in. Your girl didn't work as much. Your girl was free, because before I was always working. Like I was on a dance team. Shout out to Under Construction. I was on a dance team, and it was so hard trying to work, trying to prepare for performances. It was so hard to like stay up on things when I was working and living off campus. But one thing to look forward to if you're incoming freshmen, or like if you're coming to Ualbany, there's usually a block party around September, and block party is like a big event outside, and they have tablings for all organizations at the school. And this is where you can kind of get yourself exposed to different groups on campuses, whether you want to be a part of a dance team, whether you want to be a part of a faith group. They have it all, and you sign up and you start, you know, getting emails from them. You add their social so you can get up to date and meet with them on a weekly basis to connect and mingle. I say take advantage of that. Literally take advantage of it, because college is a big place. A lot of people, just know you don't really want to be too cliquey coming into college. Like your first month or your first semester or your first year, whoever you're friends with, they just might not be friends with you the next year or by the time you graduate. Like, so be ready to meet people, be ready to do things by yourself. I can't really sit here and say I've had the best experience because I go to UA. People that I've met, the people that I am meeting in different clubs that I'm in are contributing to my overall experience, because that's exactly what college did to me. Like the people that I started hanging out with, let's just say we thank God, okay? Yeah, make sure you go to block party. Make sure you go to tables that you're interested in. Do not be shy. Literally, they are there to bring people on into their organizations, expose them to all the great things that they do here on the Ualbany campus and outside. So make sure you go there. with good vibes, ready to connect. Really wanted to go to a HBCU, but the way life worked out and the way life was moving, we didn't go to a HBCU. But I was outside, y'all. I was outside. I never been to any frat parties, but I have been to a few house parties. And honestly, all I'm gonna say is be careful. Like, been there, done that. Homecoming? Come on, homecoming, like what the school needed to do to make homecoming the homecoming, they failed. Like, respectfully, y'all didn't do y'all thing. It kind of just felt like every other weekend, it was just like we were gonna make the best out of homecoming. So if it wasn't for my friends and the people that I like pre-gamed with, homecoming was trash. Will you catch me at a house party now at this big age? No, but I believe it's a part of the college experience for some. All I'm gonna say is be careful. My father always taught us and taught his kids to be aware of your surroundings, to know how you're getting home. All of this information you need to know. You know, if you're consuming things, be careful, no underage drinking. Like, just, these are things that you should be thinking of and being mindful of, because you don't want to be in a situation where something bad happens. I unfortunately got left at a party one semester, and y'all, it was scary. It was so scary. The people that I was with, you know, they were my friends at a time, and we all had a little bit too much to drink, and the house party got shut down. Everybody kind of ran. It was just madness. Everybody kind of just lost hold of each other. And me being someone that couldn't really understand what was going on, I got left at the party. So thank God I got home safely, but it was a scary situation. I felt like something I read about on social media, something I hear on TV, I never thought it was happening to me. But we thank God I got home safe. But yeah, stuff like that, just be mindful when you're going out, because I'm not going to sit here and say don't do it, but just be mindful, right? Be mindful, know where your exits are, you know, understand and be obedient to your intuition. You know, if the Holy Spirit is telling you don't do this, don't go. We live and we learn. Just don't be no dummy out here. Don't be no dummy out here, okay? If y'all moms didn't tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something my mom told me. Focus on them books. I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. Love you, mom. Mommy, you know I love you. At the time, I felt like that was the lamest advice you can give. Like, I really thought my mom didn't want me to be outside. Like, I thought she didn't want me to have fun. I thought she didn't want me to, like, live it up. Of course. I had to really sit down and think, like, no, Elijah, why wouldn't my mom want me to be happy and enjoy myself? She just wants me to be smart. Don't come to college. Don't come to UA and lose your brain. My grandfather always used to be like, use your head. Where's your head? Where's your head at? Do not come to college and lose your brain. Whether that's with boys, whether that's with school, whether that's with friends, don't lose your brain. And that's not even for relationships only, that's for friendships too. Like, apply that pressure. Friends, it's just certain stuff that you don't do. Like, now we too old to be explaining girl code. Like, so I'm at this stage where it's like, if I feel like I'm not benefiting from this friendship, this relationship, this vibe, your energy, your space, you gotta go. If that boy is making you lose your focus with school, you gotta cut him off. Simple as that. If that friendship is making you lose focus with school, you gotta cut them off. Simple as that. You only got 4 years. If you waste your time, you wasted your time. Can't get that back. Boys, they're gonna come and they're gonna go. Boys come and they go. Boys come and they go. Do not lose your focus. Like, the talking stages don't even lead to anything more. I mean, let's be real, they don't. Like, it's just a vibe. That's all I see. And in college, like, boys gonna be there. Like, if I'm gonna keep it a band with you, that's probably one of those things that you're excited about. Like, you know, being able to date freely, being able to hang out freely. One thing that I'm gonna spill in there, if you don't know already, I'm a child of God. Senior year, I started getting more closer and closer to my faith, this faith organization at our school. It's called Pensa. That faith organization motivated me and inspired me to really tap in to, you know, my religion, and also being exposed to a lot of younger adults that are also on their same walk inspired me. And from that, I've gained a lot of brothers and sisters in Christ. It just amazes me to really be exposed to so many God-fearing individuals that I can now call my friends and brothers and sisters. So with that being said, once I really took my time and was intentional on what I, you know, surround myself around, things in life just got so much better for me in college. I honestly wasn't going to certain parties. I wasn't really dating after that. Like, things just started aligning way differently because what I desired to do changed. And you will only understand that if you're in tune with, you know, your walk with Christ. So you can still be a Christian and be in college and still have fun and not sin.
I've never been off to college. Like, I've never been away. So it's just an experience overall. And anywhere I go, there's always going to be different challenges or whatever. So we're just taking it day by day. We're still here. We're still progressing. Grades are good. Okay. So we thank God for that. But, you know, I can't do too much complaining because that ain't going to do me no good.
That was my transition between not enjoying Ualbany to then still staying here for grad school, still getting this community that I feel supported in a very lovely way. You know what I mean? Like, I truly wanted to leave. Like,
do I want to stay here next semester? Probably not. Like, I really don't. But are we gonna thug it out? Probably. It's been rough, don't get me wrong. It's been crazy, okay? With people you think that's your friends, you know, the whole dating aspect, all of that, roommates, all of that.
Realistically, was I leaving after a semester? No. I truly didn't want to stay at Ualbany because my roommate situation was crazy. I was dating this young man and that wasn't really like, it was useless. Let me just say that. One thing I can say, I graduated, I got myself together, stayed focused on school, networked. I was raised by a teacher, right? So my mom always prioritized value on education. So I made sure that I was one of those students that stood out. You want to leave school feeling like, yes, I did that. I walked across that stage crying because I know that all of my family's here, but I know that all of these teachers and professors over here also support me because they see me on a weekly basis busting my tail, okay? I'm not even gonna sit here and say leave them boys alone, but be smart. Because boys can be distracting. And you don't want to come to college and become distracted and mess things up for yourself. Like, that's not cute. And we want to keep it cute. Another thing that I want to touch on is just friends. I had to find confidence in myself to go and do things alone, right? So when I first came to Ualbany, I had befriended a lot of people that were older than me. So a lot of the things that I wanted to do, they weren't really interested in doing because it's like they've been there, done that. And I'm like, oh, well, I want to experience these things too, but I wouldn't because I'd rather experience it with others than doing it by myself. But baby, get out of that because you're gonna regret that you didn't do this. You're gonna regret that you didn't do certain things because time, right? God blessed you to be able to go to a school, to move from your parents and be in this new environment. Don't waste your time. Like, don't waste your time. So that's something that I was able to do once I came on campus. Like, I was able to really go to different events based on what I desired. I'm really artsy. I'm all about networking. I'm all about things that are great for resume building. So those are the type of events that I knew that would be good for me and help me stand out as a young professional, as a new grad. And those are things that I had to start doing on my own. The pro with that is you start to build contacts and networks for yourself, and that's so beautiful. And that's something that I don't think is really talked about coming into college. Then again, I'm a transfer student, so I'm not sure what programs and what events they have for incoming freshmen, so it might be a little bit different for you. But my advice to that all is just don't be afraid to step out the box even if it's a little lonely. Like, honestly, don't be afraid. Like, I started meeting people, and honestly, it challenges your social skills. Like, imagine going into a room, but like, you're going to an art event. If you're into music, go to a music event. You're now exposing yourself to so many different creators. You have something in common that you could talk about. So like, that's how you can start talking to people. That's how you can start strengthening your skills. I feel like college, yes, it's about getting your degree and studying something that you want to take after, but it's also about learning about yourself too. But it's important to know where you are now and where you are prior to coming to school, so that you don't, like, you know, essentially lose yourself trying to find yourself. If you get me, you get me. You know, don't just do things just because everybody else is doing it. Make sure you follow and be up to date with different social media platforms for the school, because they have something every week, you guys. I went to some cool events that Ualbany had, like, and I went by myself. I went to a paint and sip a few times. I painted tote bags a few times. As I said before, I'm really artsy. I love painting. So I've been to so many art events by myself. And I said, you know what, this is a free self-care activity, like a free self-care activity that I can incorporate within my week to just woosah. And honestly, it felt good to do things by myself. Now I'm standing here as a grad student. I'm graduating literally in 4 short months, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. And I posted one college video, and this was around September. It's actually a video of block party, and after that I stopped recording because college got real ghetto. The story times would have definitely been entertaining for some, but it was messy. Like, between boy drama, girl drama, roommate drama, it wasn't something that I would have loved to see now. So your girl took a really long break from posting on YouTube, but we thank God, because as I said, my senior year, I decided to put my foot down and no longer be a lukewarm Christian. Like, none of that. So we started going to church more, being more engaged with more fellowship activities with my fellow Christians. Also just being intentional on my own walk with God. Like, people be like, oh yeah, just go to church, da 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 da. But like, that's a relationship that you need to maintain. Whatever you need to do, you need to be praying constantly, you need to be reading your book constantly. Like, I thank God, because everything started changing for me. My friend group changed completely for the better. My mindset changed. I started doing things differently. So the girl that y'all keep seeing in this clip, she would be so proud of me now. So yeah, don't come to Ualbany acting like someone you're not. Like, really do a little inventory on who you are, what you stand for, your morals, and learn how to advocate for that. Advocate for yourself. Don't let college be something that tempts you to become lukewarm. Don't let college fool you to think that worldly life is better than living a godly life, because that ain't it. I'm gonna let you know now, sis, that's not it. And if you're struggling with that, my DMs are open. And then also, like, boys will be there. Don't let him distract you. Don't let him. You have the power. You have the power to shut it down. Save your coins, because college gets expensive, okay? You gotta pay for food. You wanna go out. You wanna go to parties. You wanna go to homecoming. You're gonna wanna buy new outfits. You're gonna wanna get your hair done. That's expensive. So figure out what works for you and let that be you. Don't be ashamed of your journey, because everybody has a journey. Everybody goes through different things, their own things in college, but persevere, keep going. Don't lose your brain at Ualbany. Don't lose your brain at Ualbany. I don't even know what that looks like, but listen, Albany it's honestly not what I expected. Like, I remember when I first came to Albany, this was summer before the semester started, and I was like, Albany looks very ran down. Like, for it to be the capital, I was expecting it to be looking so different. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some like historical, really fancy areas, but like College Town, ghetto. And it's like, what did you expect? But like, I didn't have nothing to compare it to. Your girl's been home. Your girl's literally been home, you know? I am about to go change real quick and come back because it is 4:50. I need to be out the house by 5:20. Yeah, so let me go change and I'll be right back. I know y'all thinking like, oh, she cleans up well. But yeah, don't come to college trying to act and do the most, because it's not even all that, y'all. The biggest flex is coming to Ualbany, doing what you gotta do, standing out as a great student, excelling, get those scholarships, get those awards, network, have a great rapport with you and your professors, because those are things that are really going to matter. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment something you learned, or if you're about to come to Ualbany, let me know in the comments. Let me know your major, let me know when you're graduating so we can connect, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.